Close the deal, I am the destroyer. I am the chosen lawyer. Training hard to knock them to the floor. I am the chosen lawyer.
And we are back for a third week, episode 203. Natalie Weed is back with us on the Chosen Life podcast. She's in real estate. She's in politics. Mother, proud mom. She does it all.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's nice to be back.
Well, over the couple of weeks, we spent 1 week talking about real estate. 1 week we were talking about politics. And as we got to know you, I'm thinking in my head, well, third week is going to come and we're going to do some rapid fire and get to know Natalie Weed behind those titles. So are you all set for this rapid fire?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's just jump in. Boom. We talked about the fact that growing up, if you were not, when you first started, before politics and real estate really seeped into you, you were going to be a veterinarian. Sitting here today at the end of 2025, if you were not in politics, not in real estate, they were forbidden, you were not going to do these industries, what do you think you'd be doing for a living now?
I'd be an actor.
An actor.
Yeah.
Amazing. I could see that actually. I wasn't sure if you were going to say a lawyer. Like, I could see the lawyer part.
Probably would be a lawyer, but in my dreams, I would love to be, I would love to be on TV.
Well, to be in real estate, to be in politics, you have to know how to talk people. You have to know how to perform. The acting skills would be natural. So I can see that. So
transferable skills in some ways.
Would you be doing commercials? Would you be doing TV work, shows, or movies?
If I'm dreaming, I'm going to Hollywood.
Going to Hollywood.
But in reality, I might be at my local community theater.
The money may not be as good, but it'll be rewarding as far as doing that. How is working in government different than the private sector?
When you work in government, you have to always make sure that you're representing the public properly. That is very similar to working in the private sector, but, or sorry, did I just mix that up?
We're going to pause there.
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Did I say that wrong?
Let's just restart it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to restart that one. Okay.
Okay.
So, working in government versus the private sector, how are they the same? How are they different, would you say?
Working in government, you have to always make sure that you're representing the public well. And you want to make sure that everything you post, everything you do is very much curated to who you are in the government. You want to be neutral. You just want to be careful. When you're working in the private sector, you're very much able to be whoever you are. And if you're posting something that you believe in or something that you're behind, that's okay because it's you. It's for yourself. It gets to be a little bit more similar when you're in a management role and you're in the government because from a management perspective, I also want to make sure that I'm representing my company, my agents well. But I found that when I was working in the government, I was always very much conscious of what I was putting out there into the world.
Beautiful. Love it. Yes. So now you got the mom hat, the proud mom hat. How does the proud mom hat fit with real estate and politics? Because I can tell you from experience that one thing I recall raising my son Jeremiah is that, it'd be story time. Up to the point he would allow me to come to bed and we would do story time together, right? There was a new rule that started. It was around senior kindergarten. He said like this, I go, it's time for stories? He goes, it's time for stories and snuggles, yes. But only rule, you can't bring your phone. If you're going to bring your phone, then don't even bother coming. Because I'd be sliding in text messages, take the occasional call, and he was not having to go. It's interesting trying to mix personal and professional. So how's the mom hat fit with the professional?
It's tough. Honestly, it is very tough. On one hand, I think it's worth it because I want my kids to see me as someone who's successful, who is out there in the world, who has a voice, so that they feel inspired the way I did when I was growing up. But I also feel like I wish that I could put my phone away and just focus on them every day. And sometimes it's just, there is overlap. And I wish they didn't have to have that sometimes. And for me, it's like I do want to be conscious of that to make sure that they don't grow up with a complex, like you're always on your phone or they're more important than I am, because they're not. Like really, at the end of the day, your kids are so important to you. But it's also important that they understand that I don't have a job that starts and stops. It's not like I can just turn it off.
Right.
My job is integrated into my life. It's on weekends, it's on evenings, but it also means that on days where they have like their dance-a-thon for Halloween, I can be there for it. and I can leave my cell phone outside because I have time to make up for it. So it's like I do have flexibility in my schedule, and anytime I have time off, I want to be with my kids. But at the same time, they have to understand that my job is not a typical job. So they are going to have to put up with sometimes the overlap. Sometimes they come with me to appointments. They had to come with me to a couple different events for politics, obviously. My birthday was spent at my campaign office. They came to me, they brought a cake. And I was like, I would love to just be with them at a birthday party, but it's important that we manage our responsibilities and make sure that everything is somewhat integrated, but also people feel important to you. And I hope they always feel important to me because they are.
I mean, those messages I try to send to parents all the time on the show is, number one, we do got to make money because we got to pay the bills. We got to have a place to live. We got to have food to eat, etc. But the other part which you touched upon was it's very important to be our best selves and our most productive selves. And if we are, we're better parents for it because we're better people for it. If we're not feeling good about ourselves and we're not, striving to grow, it will be stagnated in some ways and very often. And that can affect all facets of life, including parenthood. So, there's only 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We only have, 2 arms, 2 legs for most of us. And it's, we do the best we can with it. And, I agree. One of the things, my son's almost 20 now and I see him going to work every day. And I think, I wish I enjoyed that time more. I wish we could have done more, but we did so much. But no matter when you love your kid, no matter how much time you spend, no matter all the places you go and all those fun things, it's never enough. You always want more. And I don't know if that ever goes away.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like nothing I ever do is ever enough because I always want to be with them. But I also have to keep in mind when I have to miss the odd thing, it's like you also want to take them on vacation. So you have to be able to afford it. And you also have to be able to, work now so that during that week, maybe you're not on your phone at all and you can just focus on them, right? We have quality time. It's not necessarily all the quantity, it's quality. So we really try and be as present when we're together as we can be.
Beautiful. Favorite places to dine?
To dine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love steak. So anywhere that serves steak is a big win for me. Yeah, and Italian.
If you had to pick one steak place, one Italian, where would you go?
So I grew up, not grew up, but I worked at the Keg through university. I feel like it's a very good, you know what you're getting steak. So I feel like on like a random steak night, I would go there. I love the menu. And they supported me through university. So yeah, I'd choose the Keg.
Why don't they just have that as their motto? You know what you're getting, like everybody sells it like that, every time, hey, you want to go to the Keg? Yeah, we know what we're getting, so we should go,
Yeah.
so they're,
And it's like it's very expensive, obviously, but it's not so expensive where it's like you're gonna break the bank necessarily going if you
a family of 5 is probably not going to spend $8,000.
Yeah.
We talked about the veterinarian part. I knew you liked animals before. Dogs or cats, if you had to choose?
Oh, I love both. Maybe dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love both. I've had both. I've had a lot of both.
And current pets?
I don't have any current pets.
You have your eye on the future?
I definitely want to have future pets. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's like with small kids, I find it so difficult to make sure that everybody is already fed and out the door, and to also add on a dog or a cat would be a lot.
I have a Shih Tzu. I rescued her when she was 6. She's now 12 and a half. You can find her on Instagram, Chosen Ollie. And Ollie is awesome. And I read a lot that, most developed, like a Shih Tzu, very intelligent breed, amazing. It's almost like having a kid. It's like having a 5-year-old for the rest of their lives. It's always not totally trained, kind of totally trained, 5-year-old, And I love her, but I can see, if I had a 1-year-old with her, they have needs too. They are part of the family, and it's challenging, but man, so rewarding. I just, I look at her now at 12 and a half, and I tell her every day, you have to live forever.
Yes, I had a Shih Tzu too, and I absolutely loved her. Her name was Sable, and she would sleep with me at night on her back with her paws up, and we were in love. Like, we just loved each other so much. But she passed, and so after she passed, we just decided it wasn't the right time to get a dog. But eventually, I would love to have another pet.
How old was Sable when she passed?
15.
15. Okay, Ollie's 12 and a half. Any tips for a current Shih Tzu owner as far as being a past Shih Tzu owner, as far as
Longevity,
or just generally the Shih Tzu?
No, I just loved my Shih Tzu. Yeah, she actually ate majority human food. But
mine was on kibble forever, and then she developed a liver issue. I went to a holistic vet, put her on cooked human food, solved the liver issue. So yeah, dogs, Cats, like humans, you can fix things through food. Nutrition
I love
matters.
that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
So new tips.
Mhm.
Contact us if you need more advice. Recent books you read.
I recently read what was it called? The Power of 10. It was like the top 10 things you needed to do. The Perfect 10, sorry. It was written by David Linegar, the founder of Remax, and it was on the top 10 things you needed to do to be successful. And it was very interesting. I love reading books where it's like, quick, you can digest it. Like this book right here.
It's 400 pages, but the chapters are short and digestible.
Very good.
Yes.
Yes. And then I do like fiction. Usually I would lean towards like a murder mystery type of fiction book when I do go away. So I like that it just really helps my brain relax when I read something that's fictional, but I read it in very small parts to help me go to sleep and then pick it up the next day.
Beautiful. Physical book, ebook, or audiobook?
I like a physical book on vacation, but I ride my bike to work sometimes when I can, and I listen to the audiobook, The Perfect 10, when I ride my bike to work.
Amazing. Favorite TV shows?
I love all the like romance shows.
So Love is Blind?
Love is Blind, yes. Yeah. I didn't know you were gonna ask me this. I can't really come up with a better answer, but I love all the like romance ones. I also love Selling Sunset. It's a fun.
Is that romantic?
No, it's not romantic, but it's fun. It's real estate, but majority of it is like if I'm gonna watch TV, I like the romance. I also love Game of Thrones, which has a little bit of everything in it. So
interesting choices. Gym, yoga, Pilates.
I have a personal trainer, so I basically I worked out by myself for many years, and I just found that like I wasn't keeping myself as accountable. So I've been working with a trainer, and I try and make sure that I do that 2 to 3 times a week. And then I do whatever I can, walking, going on like a hike with my kids, taking them to the park. I just try and keep fitness at the top of my mind because I found that right after having my daughter, I really just was sitting there and I'm like, this has gotten away from me. I haven't been keeping myself accountable because I didn't feel like I had time. I didn't have time. But once I found that time again, I was like, now we need to integrate. Just like work, it can't be something I start and stop. It has to be something integrated into my life.
Agree 1,000%. There's a whole chapter devoted just for fitness and talking about that. Name me a famous athlete that you can think of on top of your head.
Simone Biles.
Okay. So now does she go and just watch stuff on YouTube and go perform? Or do you think she probably has some coaches?
I think she has some coaches.
And, you think about any sport pretty much, right? They don't go out there and dribble the basketball, shoot with a tennis racket. They got people and they're the number one player. And guess what? That probably means they have more coaches. So I tell people, look, if Tiger Woods, Roger Federer, Simone, if they go and perform in their sports and they need coaches, don't you think you need to?
Exactly.
I'm a big believer as well. I use a place called VSC on strength conditioning over down near Vaughan Mills. Bass Pro Mills Road, and I work with my personal trainer John 3 times a week religiously. I schedule them like doctor's appointments. So the week before we check ahead for the week coming up. I schedule them, and that's it. And I agree with you because to me, like one session with a personal trainer is worth more than me 3 by myself. It's just I'm not going to push myself as hard. I'm not trained in that, so I don't know what to do in what order and how many reps and form. I don't want to think about that stuff. So I just want to show up. And if I show up, they'll tell me how to do the rest. So absolutely, it's actually a way I think it's a cheat as far as having to do less sessions then, better quality. You're actually going to save time, save money. So it's worth the investment. So personal training people.
Every time I go where I'm not feeling good, I'm like, and this is why I have him, because it's like, I don't feel good. I didn't have a great night of sleep. My kids are like busy. One might be sick. And I'm like, I'm just going to the gym, like of all the places I should be right now. But I'm like, yes, because you don't make time for your health. You make time for your illness later. So it's like, just remember, this is important for future you and current you. I'm like, all right, I just have this constant battle in my head. But I'm like, you want to look good? Go to the gym.
The way I used to sell myself was I started with yoga actually, and then I was at the gym when I was very young, and then left, and then I had to get fit, need to fix my health, and I would go to yoga, and I try to make all these excuses. I'll just cancel. I'll go another week, and I tell myself, You're just going to go. Even if you do nothing there, just show up.
Mhm.
Just show up and we won. And by the time you show up, you're eventually going to do something.
Yes. And it makes
And
you
you'll-
more positive.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Coffee, tea, or another beverage of choice?
Coffee.
How do you take your coffee?
2 creams.
2 creams. Okay. Me too.
Oh, nice.
When this episode airs, the World Series will already be done. As we're taping right now, are the Blue Jays going to win the World Series?
Yes. The Blue Jays will win the World Series. You heard it here first. I definitely think they have a good shot. They've been playing so strong. And I just love the camaraderie that it brings through the office, through, people out on the streets. So, yes, I think that the Blue Jays will win the World Series.
It would really help during election time federal election, if we just had the Blue Jays playing the World Series. It
That's right.
brings Canada all together.
That's right. And the color is blue.
I think they have a good shot. Taping today, just a sneak peek. So the series is tied 2-2 when we taped. And my thinking is, as long as they win the next game, which I think is doable tonight, they're going to take it. If they lose tonight, it's going to be hard. So
Yes.
Natalie Weed, Prime Minister. If you were asked in the future, this is whenever it is in the future, but whatever walk of life where you're at that point, if you got asked, would you consider it?
To be the prime minister?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the people wanted that one day, then yes, I would do that. I would never, just elect myself, obviously, or apply for the job that way. But
I don't know if it works like that. I don't
put
think
my resume out and just hope someone maybe hires me to be prime minister.
you don't get to be prime minister. Prime minister wants you.
There you go. That's
Yes,
true.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think that whatever we can do to help Canada be the best Canada it can be, I would be there for it.
Love it. Are you ever not working?
Yes.
What do you do to unwind and relax besides personal trainer?
I love swimming. So swimming is like my favorite thing. I also love to plan vacations because planning is part of like the actual vacation for me itself. Whenever I need to take a break or like do a little meditation, it's very much like imagining a trip. So I'll like book all these little, not like actually book it, but I'll look at resorts and I'll look at trips and I'll look at the ocean. And that's what I like to do.
I was shocked to find out that this was the first podcast you've been on. You hosted your own podcast, but being a guest on the podcast, that's pretty neat. So thank you for agreeing to join us and to the different side of the desk. What brought you into podcasting? How did you find the experience? And do you see yourself jumping in and producing more in podcasting in the future?
I really love performing. So when I was in high school, university, I actually took acting. So I was in the acting conservatory at York University for a couple of years, and they only take 14 people from thousands of people. So performing has always been a part of me. And when I went into real estate, when I went into politics, I left that side behind, but I realized I was missing a creative outlet. So 2 things that I did to help with that was podcasting and also writing for Pretty and Smart Co., which is actually Pierre Poilievre's wife, Anna, who runs that blog. And when I started writing the blog posts, I was like, you know what? I really enjoy this. Why don't I just say them too? So then I started doing it more from a real estate perspective. And it was like a blog post that came to life almost. And then I started interviewing people. I loved it. I thought it was really cool. The only thing is I had to organize, as you know, and prepare for them. And when I had my son, I realized something's got to go here. And unfortunately, it was the enjoyability part of my life. It was the part that I enjoyed rather than the part that I had to make money. I had to put myself out there, I had to do everything else. But that was something I could sacrifice. So I sacrificed it, but I would love to have it back because it was really, really something I was passionate about.
So I've been working here as your marketing coordinator while we're talking. I'm thinking in my head, I really love to her to have a podcast on real estate, but yet I really want her to have a podcast on politics. So what I've come up with in 30 seconds is the podcast be called Being Natalie Weed, Life in Real Estate and Politics.
I love it.
And let's just combine it and that would work.
Okay,
There we
that's
go.
good.
Done.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, right now it's called Real Estate Chat with Nat. So we'll maybe do a rebrand.
Well, I mean, it's real estate, which is great, but then I lose the political side of it. So I'm done. And then having to run 2 podcasts. Oh boy. So
Yeah, I like that.
that was my cheat. So the book, it's funny, 6 Commandments of the Chosen Life. And the podcast was called The Chosen Life. I come up with the idea of the book, The Bible 3.0, and it's based on the 6 commandments, which is exercise, nutrition, sleep, water, yoga, meditation.
I love that.
publishers talk to me and they're like, I get the 6th commandment thing because it's easier than 10 commandments, but we need to have a little catch thing, the 6 commandments of something. And I'm like, hey, the chosen life. But why did I come up with the chosen life? Because I didn't want to just talk about law or real estate or watches or cars or travel. I just want to talk about it all. And I'm like, hey, the chosen life. We either live in the chosen life or want to live the chosen life. And then that gives me the opportunity to talk about anything I want. And
That's awesome. I love that.
that's how we're born. So
Yeah.
last question. This has been great. Thank you for the past 3 weeks. You've been so informative, inspiring others, sharing your story, and inspiring others to live their life and their stories. So final one, favorite podcast you've ever been on?
The Chosen Life podcast.
Boom. Didn't see that coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Honestly, it's been really fun and you're a great interviewer. So thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Again, it's bringing out the best and, getting to hear your story. People get to know you. And then when they watch you, looking in the mirror and seeing you and then seeing themselves and saying, hey, where's my life going? So if we can inspire others to find their best life and be the best them, we've done our job.
I agree.
People want to reach out to you, questions, comments. Where do they find you, Nat?
Instagram is always the best way at NatalieWeed_Etobicoke or www.natalieweedteam.com.
Reach out to her. She does respond back.
I do.
That's Natalie Weed, Jonathan Hacohen, Chosen Life Podcast. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.